citizen. If you're not a citizen, you have to bring in $500,000 of capital. If you're a citizen, you can get a business register for $100, the equivalent of like $100. So there's a major difference in that. So some people may, I don't know, maybe they're skeptical. They don't know what the logistics look like in terms of citizenship. For your members, ADDI members who have perhaps sustainability or practicality concerns about coming to Burkina, what steps have been taken perhaps for ADDI and the host nation? You say you start off with 500 ADDI members. It came down to 100 something. Maybe it's just when they see the success, then they hop on board. But have there been any initiatives on your part to let people see that this is feasible, this is practical, this is doable? Because sometimes they don't mean harm. They just, it's like a fog in a mist. And I see this with Repatriate the Ghana clients. They're like, when I come, you know, I don't know the language and so forth. I learned some words in More from my time in Burkina Faso in 2001. Nischibare, Fayure, like, you know, all of those types of words. So maybe they want to even know what types of initiatives are there for ADDI members, perhaps to offer More lessons or anything like that. Can you speak about anything that has been done in terms of initiatives for feasibility, for people to see it, for the logistics that are out there, if you can speak to that at all?
Well, here's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Let me start by saying, when I started ADDI, I was leaving the mission, the African Union mission in Washington, D.C., and I knew that if I didn't continue the work that I started in Washington, everything that I'd spent time on was going to die. So I started ADDI with Olayinka. Olayinka was my volunteer assistant at the mission. When we were leaving, I remember Ola saying, well, Ambassador, you're not leaving me here with these people. I'm coming with you. So she set up my office in one of the rooms, and Olayinka continued to come to my house, and she was my assistant, and she set up the, we talked about it, we threw around ideas and said, okay, Ambassador, what are we going to do? Threw away some names, and a few people come around, and we talked, and we ended up with ADDI. But again, it was a people-driven organization. I did not have the money to put into ADDI. I would spend as I could out of my own pocket. There was no budget. And so it has been an entity that is driven by whatever resources that I could find, the resources that I could generate out of my own pocket. And so I'm limited in terms of what I can offer because our people don't give. We joke about it, my CFO, whenever we could have a Zoom with 800 people. The minute Benson comes on to the call to talk about fundraising, I kid you not, within 10, 15 minutes, the numbers are down to 400. People will drop off like flies because they don't want to give a donation. So when people call and they're now asking for money from ADDI, we just find it to be the most laughable thing. Where do you think the money for ADDI is coming from? When was the last time you made a donation to ADDI? And yet we get a lot of requests, people wanting ADDI to fund them. Where is the money coming from? ADDI was started by Ambassador and Olayinka. We sat and talked about what can we do to continue the work. So the people must come forward. People must come and say, I can do this. And then do it and continue to do it. So I am opening the doors. And those who want to participate, you then organize yourself. And that's why I'm proud of the group of 13 who are now organizing. And I'm hoping that they can continue to organize and pave the way, pick up an entity and say, this is what we're going to support. This is what we're going to work together. But in terms of saying, what is Ambassador going to do? What ended up in most of the cases is everybody then sits back and say, Ambassador, tell us what to do. Ambassador, what should I do? I can't do that anymore. I've done it for 4 years. So either you guys come together, organize yourself, I'll open the doors. There are people on the ground who can support you. I'll open the doors. I'll do everything that needs to be done for you to do your thing. But you have to walk the walk.
Black Tastic, I want to